What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're bringing basketball back to Seattle. So last week we did a Las Vegas Outlaws expansion rebuild. You guys seem to love that one. You guys dropped a ton of likes. You guys also like the Bo Cruz, the rebuild the next day. Your guys' support on this channel lately has been very amazing. So thank you guys so much for that. But today, like I said, we're going to be doing a Seattle Supersonics expansion rebuild today here in NBA 2K22 since you guys enjoyed the last one so much. But like usual, before we get into today's video, go ahead and keep showing that support by leaving a like, letting me know you guys enjoy this type of content. It definitely helps me out and lets me know to do stuff like this going forward. But yeah, man, the support on this channel has been amazing lately. The view count I'm getting on those last two videos has been really amazing. So thank you guys so much for that. I don't know if the YouTube algorithm is in love with me right now, but yeah, I mean, we got 10,000 views on the Bo Cruz rebuild and then like almost 10K on the expansion rebuild as well. Thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it. But again, like I said, we are bringing basketball back to Seattle, and a lot of you guys asked me to do a Seattle one anyway, so here we are. So last time I drafted with the Las Vegas team, we only did it because LeBron James said he wanted to own a team in Vegas, and obviously Seattle is another team that's heavily rumored to get a basketball team back. So let's head into this draft and let's see what we're going to do strategy wise today. So last time I took a bunch of young players with not that many salaries. So we'll see what our strategy is today. Do I get the #1 overall pick here? No, it goes to the Outlaws. So Outlaws take Porzingis. Fair enough. That's fine. So Porzingis, kind of the same thing as last time. When I was the Outlaws, the Supersonics took Porzingis. So I don't know if I would have taken Porzingis or not. But like I said, last time I went for young players and that was it. And then I got a little bit of salaries, but not much. But when I take a look at this, I actually find one player in particular very interesting. The Warriors did not protect Klay Thompson. Do I go ahead and take Klay Thompson here and add him to the Seattle Supersonics and take him away? Yeah, I think I do. And now he is 31 years old, but I feel like a lot of us before the injuries really want to see Klay on his own team. We want to see what he would look like on his own team, so we can give him that opportunity. Yes, he is 31 years old, but he is still a fantastic shooter. Still a great player. So I am taking Klay Thompson with my #1 overall pick here in the expansion rebuild. We could go ahead and take his teammate Draymond Green. Actually, no, we can't. I guess. Okay, so I think what happens is when you take a player from a certain team, you can't take another player, I assume. I guess that's how that works because Draymond's gone now. So we got Klay Thompson. Very happy with that. So what do I want next is the question. We got a guard. I don't want John Wall at all. I mean, I like John Wall, but I don't want his salary at all, honestly. And I don't know if John Wall, Klay Thompson backcourt would elevate us all that much because we wouldn't have money to afford anywhere else. So what else can we go? We can get Carmelo on a minimum. Not going to do that, though. I'm going to probably draft like 6 or 5 players, but I kind of like the idea of Brandon Clark on this team. I'm going to take Brandon Clark. I like Brandon Clark. So Klay and Brandon Clark are my first 2 picks. We got Bojan and Carmelo. Carmelo Anthony, that's an interesting one. So we still have John Wall on the board, obviously. Al Horford's interesting, but I don't really want Al Horford, to be honest with you. If I did have him, it'd be for like a year and that's it. Is there any other young player out here that like makes a lot of sense for us? Bruce Brown, you have Nerlens Noel. So we just took Brandon Clark, who's technically a center. You have Larry Nance, Grayson Allen, Terrence Mann off the Clippers. Yeah, sign me up. I'm gonna take Terrence Mann here. He's gonna have a bigger contract next year, but it's not going to be that crazy. And then we have back-to-back picks here. So I'm going to take, I think, 3 more players in this draft. So I kind of like the idea of Bruce Brown as well. He's a scrappy player. I'm going to get Bruce Brown. And then, like I said, I'm going to probably make 2 more selections. The Outlaws take John Wall, and they have DeMarcus Cousins. So they paired John Wall and Cousins up again. They paired up in Houston. After that was rumored for so long in Washington. It never happened, though. So Al Horford could be interesting. Marcus Smart, as much as I do like Marcus Smart, and him and Klay would be interesting, an interesting backcourt. I just don't think it elevates us going forward. So maybe I just take Rubio here and have Rubio and Klay as my backcourt for the year. I mean, Rubio's gonna expire, so maybe we could just be a play-in team this year. And then we could take like Montrezl Harrell as well, or we could take Brook Lopez, or even Al Horford. You know what? Let's try to get Seattle in the playoffs year #1. Why not? I'm gonna send the rest of the draft though. I'm pretty happy with all the selections I just made. And we're going to see what our team looks like after all that. So let's go ahead and load this draft class real quick and load the correct one. And then we're going to look at what this team looks like after this expansion draft and kind of see what our foundation is going to look like going forward. So basketball is back in Seattle. So now we have Ricky Rubio and Klay Thompson, which is a fun backcourt. Bruce Brown, Al Horford, Montrezl Harrell, Patrick Beverly, Brandon Clark, Devontae Green, Victor Oladipo, Jose Alvarado, and then Terrence Mann is not even getting minutes, and Trent Watford is on our team as well. But I think Mann and Watford as guys going forward are going to be a huge part of this rotation, but maybe this year they won't be, I guess. But I already like this rotation as it is. We're running a 10-man rotation, which is fine by me. Might just run 9. Who would be out? It would be Jose Alvarado, which I'm actually okay with, I guess. So it'd be Rubio, Clay, and that would give Clay a couple more minutes. And then, yeah, so that's it. So we got a lot of players kind of stashed down here who aren't even getting any minutes that are going to be good going forward. So let's go ahead and run it this year. So I'm going to go ahead and do one thing, though, and that is going to be changing Klay Thompson's shot tendency. I want to see how he does his own team by himself and see what happens. So I'm going to move it up to a 94. But he's going to have all the shots in the world. He's going to be the #1 option. So this should be fun. It should be fun to see how this is going to go. I'm going to go ahead and summate this season proficiency-wise. We're in a 2.5 balance, which is literally terrible, but we can't go up anywhere else. So I don't know. It might be the head coach's fault because I don't know how this team is at least 3-star. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and do I just fire my coach right now, actually? Because I don't know if there's better candidates, right? Yeah, I'm firing you. I'm sorry. I'm going to get Stauffer as my head coach going forward. Does my proficiency go up if it's Stauffer? No. It does, actually. So it was the head coach's fault. So I'm going to move this to a balance system. We're going to summate this year. Can we make the playoffs in year #1 or the play-in tournament? We'll see what happens. So after year #1, Luka Doncic is your MVP. Cade Cunningham wins Rookie of the Year on the Pistons. Ben Simmons, 6-man on the Nets. Giannis, Defensive Player. Maxey, Most Improved. And Nate McMillan is your Coach of the Year on the Hawks. Shout out to the Hawks. But all NBA first team, we got Luka, James Harden, LeBron, Giannis, Jokic. All NBA second team, Steph, Beal, Curry, Tatum, Kevin Durant, and Embiid. And then Israel in defensive first team, all defensive second team. So no members of the Seattle Sonics representing. But we did make the playoffs as the 4th seed in the West. So that's pretty cool, I will say. So Seattle, 4th seed out West. Player stats wise, we had 25 from Klay Thompson. So absolute stud as the #1 option. Fair. Makes sense. All the sense in the world, actually. He shot very efficiently as well. Shot 9 threes, 41% from 3, as expected. I don't know if we'll keep Klay going forward, but I think we will based off what I just saw. But we just need to find him a partner in crime. But other than that, the team was really good. And we have some pieces here that I think are good role players. But obviously, we only have one bona fide star, and it is Mr. Klay Thompson. So I don't know how well that'll bode for us in a playoff series, especially against a team like the Clippers. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So, I mean, no expectations. Somebody current round, and we are going to sweep the Clippers. Okay. Seattle basketball is officially back. Klay Thompson drops 28. Montrezl Harrell has been a stud. I feel like we might have to re-sign him. He's been awesome for us. So, Klay and Montrezl Harrell wreaking havoc on the league right now. Now we get to play the Pelicans, though. I mean, if we beat the Pelicans, bro, I don't know what to say. Somebody current round against New Orleans, and we are going to push them to 6. We end up losing. Imagine if we got a Western Conference Finals, though, against the Warriors. Klay against his former team that didn't keep him. Oh, Klay would have an agenda. He would have an agenda for sure. But unfortunately, we come up short, which is fine, though, because this offseason is going to be interesting. We can make this team even better, which is what the plan is going to be, obviously. So we're not going to be in the lottery, which is exactly where I thought we would be. But hey, I'm not complaining. We're not in the lottery. We just showed the world that Seattle basketball is back. That might intrigue some free agents to come to us as well on top of things. So I'm very happy. We have the 24th overall pick, so we could draft as well, use our first draft pick, or we could trade it away. Staff signing, you have Michael Stauffer, and then post-defensive coach we're going to grab. So we're going to basically get a bunch of coaches. I think that head coach change made like a world of difference, by the way. I'm not sure if we would have made the playoffs with that other guy we had. So I guess I'm pretty happy that I made a change to start things off because I didn't like the head coach they gave me. So Chucky Grant, and then last but not least, we'll grab Zion Williamson. Just kidding. Glenn Williamson. Okay, so we'll sign him, and we got our staff. Now, to the draft we go. As far as salaries, we still have under contract. I know Klay will be here, obviously. So it's Klay, and then a lot of cheaper contracts, which Landry Shamet's money, I'm going to trade it right now. I don't want Landry Shamet on this team. He's going to take money. He's probably not even going to be in the rotation. So the Grizzlies want my 24th overall pick. I take a future first. I'm good on that. First round pick. I'll just take a second for Landry Shamet. Just get off of him, to be honest with you. So I'm okay with that. Get a second round pick from the Grizzlies. Free up the money. And let's go ahead and draft. With our first pick in Seattle Supersonics franchise history. Just kidding. Obviously, they've been a franchise before. But we have Jeremy Sohan on the board. You have Jalen Williams, Nikola Jovic. A lot of good options. And I will take Jalen or Jeremy Sohan, welcome to the team. And then we have a second round pick as well, but it's pretty late. I'll take Jabari Walker. Welcome to the team, both of you. I'm happy with those selections. Jabari goes number 1 to the Blazers. Chet Holmgren number 3 to the Pistons. I almost said Pacers. Jabari Walker, and then Jeremy Sohan. Welcome to Seattle. Al Horford, you know, you did your services, but I'm not going to keep you on that money. Qualifying offers, none, of course. And then for free agency, what free agents do we have? So we have like James Harden, we have Zach LaVine, we have a Bradley Beal, DeAndre Ayton. So again, we could spend some money this offseason. I feel like we probably have money, right? Yeah, I could spend some money if I wanted to. Now, I don't want Kyrie. LaVine would be cool, but he plays the same position as, you know, Clay. So when I look at the team as of right now, you have Jose Alvarado and Terrence Mann, which they're both cool, but neither one of them stand out to me as starting point guards, obviously. Klay Thompson is your shooting guard for the team. Jeremy Sohan is cool, but I don't know if I want him to be a starter, really. And then Javonte Green, Trenton Watford. Javonte Green, for me, I mean, Watford's going to be a nice backup, and then Brandon Clark is a nice backup center. So, yeah, we basically need everything other than Clay. Other than Clay, we need everything starting-wise. We have a good bench. Bench right now is good. I see all these guys as bench players other than Clay, but we need starters. So that's going to be my goal. So let's find starters this offseason. So James Harden and Klay Thompson backcourt would be really fun. It actually would be really fun to bring James Harden to Seattle with Klay Thompson, and that could be interesting, but I just don't know if I want to. We have like we have Miles Bridges, we have DeAndre Ayton. I mean, we do need a center, and DeAndre Ayton is pretty young, and he's a pretty good freaking center. We do have the money, so we could spend big on DeAndre Ayton. We have like Anthony Simons. I do want to get Klay some help, right? But I just don't know if I want to spend big on one of these guys. I mean, the only one I think I feel most comfortable with is Ayton at 23 years old, obviously. And we do need a starting center, so I'll offer DeAndre Ayton some money, and then I guess we'll still have even more money. So I'll offer Ayton a contract, DeAndre Ayton a nice deal. And then do I offer Miles Bridges a contract as well? We could have an Ayton and Bridges front court. And then you have TJ Warren, or we could offer, again, like LaVine or Irving or even Harden a contract. Actually, I don't think we'll have enough for that. So maybe it is Miles Bridges we go for. So Miles Bridges and Ayton, could we get both of them? I can't, unless if I renounce, maybe if I renounce everybody, could I get Miles Bridges in? No. Okay. See if I had to trade. Who's making money on this team? It's probably Terrence Mann, right? No, it's not. Okay. It's Brandon Clark or it's Jose Alvarado. I don't know how far off we are, but I don't necessarily need them both. So I guess I'll just be happy with DeAndre Ayton, maybe. Suns have matched. Okay, so we could have gotten Miles Bridges on the team, which I don't even know if I want Miles Bridges, bro. Maybe I'm just not convinced on any of these guys. I mean, Ayton and Bridges together would have been cool, but I don't really want any of those guys like that badly where I would sign. Bridges would be awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know if I want him to be the number 2 guy next to Clay. And maybe I'm looking for a number 1 guy, and Clay is back to number 2, really. So, man, this is tough. This is definitely tough. I really want something good, but I'm just not sure it's all there. So, let's see if I can find something in the trade market, because I think that's where I'm going to head now, because I just don't like the options in free agency after not getting Ayton. So maybe I don't find that guy this offseason, but I do want to get some pieces going forward for the future. So Jonathan Isaac, always really cheap to get from Orlando because of his injury history. So would I love Jonathan Isaac on this team? Definitely. So I'm going to offer Svi Mykhailiuk in 2 second-round picks and see if that gives me Isaac. It does not. I'll also offer Jabari Walker, who I just drafted, and they do not agree to that. Damn, okay. How about another second? I don't really want to offer a first if I don't have to. Oh, okay. I thought that would get Jonathan Isaac for that, but I do not. Do I really offer my... I could offer like a protected first, but that's about it. I'll offer a lottery protected first for Jonathan Isaac, and then like maybe Jose Alvarado. They don't agree to that still. I really want Jonathan Isaac. I think he'd be a great piece for us going forward. I think he'd be a great starter, and it's still not there. I'll offer Svi Mykhailiuk, and that's it. This is high as I'll go. And we do get Jonathan Isaac. So we get Jonathan Isaac on this team, which I do like him as my starting power forward. I think he's going to be similar to how Draymond Green was for the Warriors. That's what he's going to be for me, and maybe even better offensively. He's going to be that defender. He's going to do everything we need him to do. So I'm very, very happy with that. But we still need a center. So Jonathan Isaac is a really nice power forward, but maybe another center we could go for. If Mitchell Robinson didn't want so damn much money, I would definitely be happy with Mitchell Robinson. But for now, I'm gonna offer him a 1-year deal, and maybe I'll give him a team option. Maybe we keep him after this year, depending on how things go. But that'll be a very good defensive front court. Mitchell Robinson and Jonathan Isaac. I'm not committed to Mitchell Robinson long term, but I like him there for now. So now you have Terrence Mann, Klay Thompson, Jeremy Sohan, which actually Jeremy Sohan's a good defender as well, so I'm happy with that. And then you have Brandon Clark, Mitchell Robinson. So defensively, we're going to be good. Offensively, we still are looking for another option. So I don't know if we really have the capital to make a trade, though, to be honest with you. So maybe just get Rubio back for a year or two. I don't know, because we're going to need a point guard next year, maybe. So I think I'm going to give Rubio a contract again, 1-year deal to play next to. Maybe get Bruce Brown back as well. I don't know if Bruce Brown's still out here, but I would love him back, to be honest with you. Another good defender. So Bruce Brown, we're going to have a very scrappy defensive roster. That is one thing we will have. We don't have our number one option next to Klay yet, but we definitely have some good defenders, which I do like, but it's still not good enough. So player progression, Klay Thompson goes down in overall. So maybe this changes everything. Maybe Klay Thompson, going down to, I just used this whole offseason to try to build around Klay, and it did not work at all. So I guess Klay will be expiring next year. So maybe we trade him next year after being, I don't know, maybe his numbers get inflated even more. It's going to be interesting to see what we do next year. Maybe we sign a free agent, trade Klay, and then we have all these good defensive players, and we have exactly where we need to be. It's an interesting rebuild we have so far. I don't think I've found the right place just yet or where we're going to go just yet, but it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. So rotation's going to look like this year. So look like this year. We're still not going to be that good, but it's Rubio, it's Klay, it's Bruce Brown, it's Isaac, it's Mitchell Robinson, Brandon Clark, Watford, Jeremy Sohan, and then Terrence Mann, and that's your team. So I'm going to run a 9-man rotation personally for me. And then Klay is going to be still the number one option, and his numbers just might still be very good. But he keeps going down in overall. I might just have to trade him after this season. So we're going to see how this year goes. I love Mitchell Robinson and Jonathan Isaac together. I think that's a really good defensive front court. But obviously, we still need like a number one, number two type option. I'm not sure Klay will be that guy going forward after this. So we did not make the playoffs this year after tasting victory last year, or, tasting postseason success last year, but that's okay because I think I have exactly what I want to do this offseason. So looking at the player stats, that way we kind of know what happened. Klay averaged 31, so that should definitely boost his trade value up. And yes, I think I am going to trade Klay this offseason. We need to find two guys, and I think Klay going up in overall or going down in overall just isn't it going forward. So I have my defensive players around, but I need my number one and I need my number two punch. Klay was supposed to be that, but him going down overall just doesn't make me trust him. So our pick is a lot of protected, thankfully, so we're gonna keep our pick. It's going to go to the Magic, it says, but it's not actually. And it is what pick did we get? 12. So the 12th pick should help me get a good player with Klay Thompson. So that's what the plan is going to be. We're probably gonna be trading this pick along with Klay Thompson to get a good player this offseason. So let's see what else I have under contract. Hopefully it's a lot of players, and yeah, we definitely have a decent amount. So Klay Thompson's money, let's just offer it. Klay and 12 for a first, or for a player. So Sexton, cool. Paul George, cool. Clint Capella, Miles Bridges, I wanted him last year, and he still is an option. Maybe Miles Bridges is the other guy we want, but again, we do have Jonathan Isaac, so we have the 8th overall pick being offered. Vanderbilt, Anthony Simons as a guy for us. Anthony Simons, he averaged 14. Maybe it's not the right move. 6 in Cleveland. We can move up and give the Warriors Klay Thompson back. That would be interesting. But okay, so I like the Miles Bridges idea, but we do have Jonathan Isaac. So I'm actually gonna before I go back to this, but I'm gonna look around the league and see if there's anybody else that I would rather have instead of just getting obviously just taking Miles Bridges, because I do have Jonathan Isaac right now, so I feel like I might look elsewhere just in case first. So I am going to go back to the Trailblazers offer for getting Anthony Simons on a $17 million contract. That's going to be super cheap. We get off Klay's money, and we're going to be able to sign a free agent as well. We are trading a first-round pick in order to do this, but getting Anthony Simons is going to be really nice. Obviously, I think his shot tendency isn't fixed at all, which is why he wasn't averaging too much, but he's still a really good player, and he is my point guard. Now, I was kind of looking for like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but it was not going to be possible. So instead, we get Anthony Simons, which I do like, but again, we're going to be looking for his number one, number two punch, either at the small forward position or the shooting guard spot. So I'm happy with it. Let's go into the draft, and we don't have a pick at all now, so we're not going to worry about the draft, actually. Let's just go straight to player options. So Simons, first acquisition. I am going to accept Mitchell Robinson's money. I think we're going to have money to sign anyone regardless, so I think I'm going to keep Mitchell Robinson as my center. Brandon Clark, I wouldn't mind having him back. Free agency is where I want to get a good player, obviously. So you have Zion Williamson, you have Darius Garland, you have RJ Barrett, you have Tyler Hero, a ton of good options. A ton of good options. You could even have Jordan Poole with Anthony Simons. You have an Anthony Simons, Jordan Poole backcourt. That could be interesting. You got Jeremy Song, Bruce Brown. I like Jonathan Isaac, Mitchell Robinson still, like I said. So I'm planning on keeping that because defensively, that's really good, and I love it. So Sohan is solid. He's a good defender as well, but I'm looking for a shooting guard or small forward next to Simons. So Jordan Poole is listed at point guard right now, but he's could be either. So Wiggins is cool, but I don't really want him. So if I did want John Morant, I'm a little bit off. I'm not going to be able to get John Morant. I don't want Jokic. I got him in the last video. Zion would be awesome, obviously, but I'm not going to be able to get him. RJ Barrett is actually who I really want, to be honest with you. I really want RJ Barrett. I really like the idea of RJ Barrett and Simons starting this franchise off. So I'm a little off, though. Might have to trade someone. And Bruce Brown's making $10 million. Reggie Perry's making $5 million. I like Bruce Brown and Terrence Mann, so I'm going to trade Reggie Perry and just kind of get off of his money. And we can just get a couple picks for from the Kings. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and offer RJ Barrett a contract. And we're going to see if the Knicks will match it. There's been times where I've seen the Knicks just like let go of RJ Barrett for nothing. So maybe we get lucky there. Zion, we're not going to be able to get, unfortunately. What else do we got? Tyler Hero, Porzingis. I mean, I got to offer Tyler Hero, as much as I don't really want him, I'll offer him a contract because he would be another guy next to Simons. That would be really cool. Defensively, they'd be kind of interesting, but I'll offer Jordan Poole a contract as well. Jordan Poole and Anthony Simons backcourt would be fun. Wiggins, but I think I got my 3 offers. I really want RJ Barrett the most, so let's see. Let's see what happens. RJ gets matched. The Warriors did not match. Okay, Jordan Poole has to be my option. I have to go for Jordan Poole. Is he still here or is he gone? Oh no, did I miss out? No, he's still here. Let's go. I'm getting Jordan Poole. They didn't match his contract, so that is who I'm going for. Jordan Poole. Welcome to Seattle, my friend. Jordan Poole will be the next guy. We're going to renounce Clark, I guess, but Jordan Poole, Anthony Simons is our backcourt going forward. This will be interesting, but I like it. So Simons could go to 2 or Poole could go to the shooting guard. Either way. So just like that. Honestly, defensively, it's not going to be all that good, right? But we have a lot of good defenders on the roster, so I think we can make up for it. But that's our number 1, number 2 punch. Simons and Jordan Poole, which both guys are really good, very young as well. So I like it. Do we have money to afford like anything else crazy? And I don't think so. I think we're kind of at our limit right now. So we could offer like a minimum or a mid-level, I should say. So we could offer Bruce Brown and Terrence Mann and probably make up like a $20 million player real quick and get a small forward who makes around $20 million right now. That'd be kind of cool. And there's a guy I have in mind, but I'm not really sure. We could get OG Anunoby or we could get Mikal Bridges. Either way, I would love one of them next to Simons and Poole. I think it makes up a lot defensively. So Bruce Brown and Terrence Mann, and then I'll offer Jabari Walker. Would they accept this? They don't agree. Okay, fair enough. I understand that. 1 pick. Okay, got Mikal Bridges. Now we gave up some depth, but Mikal Bridges, Jeremy Sohan, Jonathan Isaac, Trayvon Wofford, and then we need a backup guard and we need a backup center. I'm happy with it, and we have a full mid-level to use on one of the positions. So center, I think I want the most. Kevon Looney, I like the idea of Kevon Looney. So Kevon Looney is going to be our backup center for the Seattle team, and I think we've built a roster capable, and Rubio would be a nice veteran backup point guard, although he's probably going to go down overall, so maybe I guess Rubio's our best option low-key. So I'll give Rubio a deal, and that will be our best option. So now we have built ourselves a interesting team out west in Seattle here that I think could go the distance. So Jordan Poole and Simons are both going to be boosted up to like a 97 shot tendency. Yeah, Simons and Jordan Poole shot tendencies were poverty. So we're moving it up. And then Mikal Bridges will move up a little bit as well. Give it to like a 60, and even Jonathan Isaac potentially as well. Move them both to like a 70. All right, happy with that. This is our new team here in Seattle. It should be interesting. Player progression wise, Poole and Simons should develop like crazy. They're both 84s. Nothing, to write home about, but a very good team. I think it's a good team, and I'm very happy with it. We can go into next season feeling very happy. Backcourt has a lot of good defenders around him. I think we can win a championship. I really do. I really like this roster. I think we got it. James Harden wins MVP this year. Victor Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year on the Magic. Simmons 6th man. Isaac is defensive player here in Seattle, and they're actually showing the jerseys this time. Last video they didn't, which is weird. Christopher's most improved on the Lakers, and then Chris Finch, Coach of the Year, and Nathan Mack is your executive. Here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team. So all defensive first team and all defensive we got Jonathan Isaac and all defensive second team. So love to see that. And we are the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. So after building the team the way we wanted this offseason, we had Jordan Poole average 24 and Simons average 24. Mikal Bridges average 16 with this team. And then 12 from Jonathan Isaac. And then 11 from Trenton Wofford, 9 from Jeremy Sohan, and 6 from Mitchell Robinson, 8 rebounds and a block per game. So Simons and Poole was our backcourt. And yes, it was very interesting. They were both very efficient. Well, actually, no. Jordan Poole and Simons were not very efficient. Well, Simons 38, Jordan Poole 34. But still, not too bad. Isaac 36%. So we'll take it. And we are the 2nd seed out west. So let's see how good we are stacked up against the other teams here. As we get to play the Oklahoma City Thunder round 1, who have Jalen Duren, Kuzma, Shea, Giddey. I tried to get Shea in the video, but it didn't happen. So let's just see if we can take care of him. 39 for Jordan Poole, 36 from Simons. Oh, come on now, man. If we were playing like that, no one is beating us. We beat them in 5? Yes, okay. Probably get to play the Pelicans, which is really annoying because the Pelicans, as we know, are really annoying to beat. They're like the final boss on like expert mode, I guess. But game 1, we're down 1-0, 105 to 92, 31 and 19. From Zion, we're down 2-0, down 3-0, and we're going to get swept by the Pelicans, of course. Why would we not? So that's usually how it goes, but I'm willing to run it back one more year. Let's run it back one more season with this new roster. Honestly, I don't know how much Simons... Do I even run it back? Do I even run it back? Like, the Pelicans have number 1 and number 2 overall. Like, they're going to be freaking stupid and impossible next. That just, like, killed my whole vibe right there. Not even going to lie, but... All right, well, I guess we'll run it back and we'll see what happens, man. Player options, dude, we're not going to win a championship if the Pelicans are doing stuff like that. Simons declines player option, makes sense. And then qualifying offers, Wofford's a free agent. So we have some free agents to worry about. So we'll try to get some guys back, obviously. So I do want Simons back 100%. And I do want Wofford back as well. So I'll sign both of them. We'll get both of them back, it looks like. Watford will get back on a cheap contract. And then Mitchell Robinson, I think, is a free agent for us too, I believe. We can't get him back. So I'll offer him a 3-year deal, bring back Mitchell Robinson. And then I think that is all we can really do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need a backup guard still. So backup guard, you got like Cameron Payne, Gary Payton, Blake Monk. I'll sign Malik Monk. Why not? And I think that's going to be our offseason. But... we're probably going to suck. We're probably getting eliminated by the Pelicans next year. I'm counting it now. I'm not even like, I'm just being honest, man. The Pelicans just had number 1 and number 2 overall. Like, what business do we have winning next year? But who knows? Poole and Simons up to an 85. So it's not like they're progressing like crazy, but 85 still good. We'll run it back one more year. And we'll see if we run into New Orleans or not, because that's going to be what kills us each and every time. We are back in the playoffs, and yeah, look who we get to play round 1. It's the Pelicans, bro. So, I mean, if we lose, I'm not surprised. I mean, at this point, Simons averaged 28, though, and then 24 from Jordan Poole. So, these two guys, you know, were still very, very good. But, yeah, it's the Pelicans, and they just had number 1 and number 2 overall. So, what business do I really have winning this series is the question. I guess I'll just simply come around and watch the Pelicans sweep me. And just kidding. We beat them in 5. Okay. Never mind. Thank you, 2K. I don't know what I did to deserve that. They have Keegan Murray in Houston, and Jokic and Vucevic. Okay. Somebody come around against them. And we beat them in 6. Okay. Simon and Jordan Poole are stepping up. They are living up to the hype here in Seattle. But we do get to play the Grizzlies. A 98 overall John Morant. We're up 1-0, though. Okay. 25 from Jaren Jackson. 32 from Jordan Poole. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Game 3, they win. We're up. Dude, are we about to win a championship in Seattle? Please don't. Please don't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.